What's going on, people? Let me tell you something that nobody on the BBC, Sky, or any of these government cheerleading puppets are going to say out loud. This budget's not about working people. It's not about growth. It's not even about fairness. This is Britain's transition document. It's a blueprint for digital control wrapped up in friendly slogans and green PR. And the whole attack on working people headlines that you're going to be seeing is just a decoy. A big shiny distraction while they sneak the real agenda through the back door. Stay with me though, people, because once you see the pattern, you're never going to unsee it.
Danny Roscoe's here today. Black face of white supremacy hate. From the streets of London town, he's the coolest thing around. With the swagger and the style, he's gonna make you smile. Danny Roscoe, blackest Englishman you know. Danny Roscoe, watch his YouTube show.
Rachel Reeves strutted out like she was announcing a miracle. Growth up 1.5%, borrowing down, stability restored. It's political theatre.
Government spending up. Welfare spending up. Universal credit claimants up. Unemployment up. Debt interest up. Inflation up. And what about the things that you want to go up? What about the things you want to go up? Growth down. Investment down. Business confidence down. The credibility of the Chancellor, and not just down, through the floor. These figures are shocking. Does she really think that anyone will be confused by the sleight of her hand that she had in her speech?
It's a PowerPoint presentation pretending to be an economy. But here's the real Britain. Productivity is still dead in the water. Wages, they're frozen in time. And youth unemployment is at 15.3%. That's a national embarrassment. Everyday Brits are forced to choose between heating, food and rent. That's the real truth. And whilst the country flatlines, the budget is quietly tightening the screws on the middle class too, with all the stealth taxes and digital enforcement. And the big question is why? It's very easy. Because a population that's struggling to stay afloat becomes much easier to monitor and control. But of course, that's the part they're not going to say. Let's get to the heart of this, right? Behind every line item, every spending pledge, every support package, there is the same theme, and that's digital control. This government is obsessed with data, not prosperity. And I said this a couple of years ago, that in the future, our data is going to be worth more than gold. This budget expands the digital identity systems, cross-department data sharing, AI-driven behavioural monitoring in welfare, surveillance budgets for public safety, algorithmic tax enforcement. Because you're not a citizen in their eyes, you're just a data point that can be processed. And here's what they're building. They're building a system where your digital ID becomes the key to claiming benefits, to getting job training, filing taxes, accessing any type of healthcare, applying for housing, getting a loan, even travelling. One ID, one database, one gatekeeper. And once that gatekeeper flips the switch to non-compliant, your entire life is going to shut down. That isn't democracy. That is access-based citizenship. The Chinese-style social credit system. And the British public, I'm afraid, is sleepwalking straight into it. Now let's talk about money, because that's where the real theft is happening. You see, Reeves didn't say seize the wealth in her speech, but she built the machine that will do it quietly. Green taxes, council surcharges, dividend levies, digital enforcement, HMRC, algorithmic audits. This isn't about fairness. It's about centralising resources. If you're a small landlord, you're going to get squeezed out. If you're a small self-employed business, you're going to get targeted. If you're lucky to be a working family with a bit of savings, well, you're getting taxed twice, and then you're going to get digitally monitored on top. You got to remember, these schemes don't fund the NHS. They don't fix your potholes, but they do fund infrastructure for the 2030 digital cage. They can build new data centres. They get new behavioural tracking systems. They get cross-government analytics. And also, the main one, the digital verification networks, are all built behind this. They're not redistributing wealth to the poor. They're redistributing control to the state. And the media, they're going to go crazy on this youth guarantee. It's free training, it's guaranteed placements, it's future opportunities. Sounds great, right? But that's until you realise what it really is, and it's a digital funnel. Young Brits will be pushed into state-approved careers. They're going to be monitored every step of the way through their digital ID. A generation is going to be raised inside a controlled ecosystem where the training is chosen for you. Your job is going to be nudged by algorithms. Your progress is going to be tracked. Your behaviour, that's going to be logged too. You see, the youth, they're not being empowered, they're being programmed. It's as simple as that. And when you step back, you're going to see the pattern crystal clear. You're going to see the digital identities. You're going to see the behavioural monitoring. You're going to realise that AI tax enforcement is real, that the green compliance fines are real. You're going to see all the resource centralisation, the youth pathway control. You're even going to see the data-driven policing, and of course, the universal digital verification. This is the 2030 agenda coming to life in real time. It's not a theory. It's not any kind of tinfoil moment. It's not even YouTuber guesswork. A technocratic operating system for Britain, that's what it is. And it's the kind where your freedom becomes conditional. Your choices are being managed, and your data, that becomes the property of the state. This isn't the future. It's the infrastructure phase. And we are living in the upload stage of the control grid. And here's the bit that should terrify you, to be fair. Because once the digital ID system is fully integrated, you are never going to vote your way out of it. These control systems only go one direction. Governments, they're not building these cages to open them up later. They're welding them shut, and we're all going to be inside it. The political establishment, Labour, the Tories, the global finance elites, they all want the same thing. And that's a population that's predictable, that's compliant, digitally manageable. They want a nation of barcodes, not citizens. And Britain, we're walking straight into it. This is the point. I need to be blunt. This budget is a silent declaration of war on British freedom. It's not with guns, it's not with soldiers, but with databases, with digital IDs and algorithmic control. And the mainstream media, they're going to be cheering it on because they are part of the machinery. We already know that. So you're going to say to me, what do? We resist the narrative. We expose the agenda. We build communities that refuse to be absorbed into this. It's the 26th of November 2025 and Britain still has a chance, but the time is running out. Are we going to sleepwalk into a digital prison? Or are we going to wake up and fight for sovereignty while we can? Because I know what side I'm on. And if you're watching this, you're on that side too. You see, here at the Unfiltered Nation, we are not going to let Britain go quietly. We are going to let Britain speak. We're going to speak louder. We're going to be prouder. We're going to stay sharp. We're going to be more skeptical. And most importantly, we are going to stay free. But I need your help in this. So please, can you share this with somebody who's just about waking up? Write a comment below. I want to know your thoughts. I read every single comment. And also like it. Because the algorithm is going to be saying that I'm against the government. That I'm not of good stock. But let's try and hotwire it by changing the algorithm ourselves. Anyway, people, until the next time, thank you for watching.